Yes, that's what I teach, oddly enough, positivity and well-being. So you'll be in the right company there, I think. And yes, you're right. You know, you adapt, you change, you do things to how you want, and it's a bit difficult with a multi-band Foursquare because obviously all the phasing lines are different with the different bands, and you do need an extremely good tuner. If you haven't got one, you would probably just wouldn't be able to do it, or you would, but the efficiency would be so poor it's just not even worth having it. You know, it'd be like riding a Ferrari when you can only go 10 miles an hour. You need to be able to use the equipment for what it's intended, and I think, you know, it can be done. Okay, we let you go. And let me check again. Did I hear you out there as well, Frank? Germany won. Golf Yankee Zulu, I think. Let me have a look. GZY, Golf Zulu Yankee. Were you out there, Frank? Did I hear your little voice in the background? No, it wasn't. Okay, let me check again. And condition are turning oddly enough. I'm looking at my computer here, and a second ago it was really busy, but it's got all very quiet again. Anybody else? Mike for Yankee Sugar, Bravo. Mike for Yankee Sugar, Bravo. Calling CQ on 40 and listening.
Golf 0, America, Oscar, Juliet. G0, Alpha, Oscar, Juliet, Vernon.
Oh, it's our friend up in Lincolnshire. Fred, hello Fred. Nice to hear you. Oh, I'll tell you what, I was looking here. I know I shouldn't be so greedy. I was looking on the internet, but a chap here, he's selling a speaker system 1.7. I'll say it again, 1.7 kW RMS. And I thought, Jesus, how loud would that be? I wonder. I don't think I'd be able to put it on in this house, because if I did that, the house would absolutely vibrate and shatter and fall to pieces. But I was thinking of you when I saw it. I thought, I'd better start singing with this thing in line. God, you'd be hearing yourself over in the European area. There'd be people sitting out in Brussels, in Belgium, quaking, thinking, Jesus, there'd been an earthquake somewhere. So, no, look, get a little bit of kit, but it's very expensive. I think he wanted, what was it? Let's have a look. Oh, there he is. Just over €6,000. I don't know if that's good or bad. I would think that's quite a good price, to be honest. €2,000 for 1.7 kW of RMS with the turntable and speakers. Very nice. What do you reckon there, Fred? Should we put those up in our local discotheque, see what happens?
Yeah, Mike for Yankee Sugar, Bravo, Golf 0, Alpha, Oscar, Julie. Anyway, firstly, Vernon, I'd like to wish you Happy New Year 2023. Hope you're keeping good, sounding on good form, and great to catch you in the new year here, Vernon, on 40 metres. 5'9 plus 20 dB, Vernon, with me. And, well, yeah, I don't know whether that's per channel you're talking about, but my system is 700 watts RMS per channel. So it's 1,000 RMS, 2,800 peak music power, so it ain't too bad. That's just the top speakers. I was looking at getting some bass speakers at some point, which would probably make it about 5,000 odd watt peak, about 2,800 RMS. So yeah, there's some crazy stuff out there, Vernon. There's some crazy equipment out there these days for not that much money, really. When you look what you're getting, you know, they're all built-in amplifiers now. You don't need separate amplifiers. They're all built in the cabinet. They're all high efficiency Class D amplifiers, Vernon. So yeah, it's pretty it's reasonable. My equipment's 1,400 RMS. As I say, if I was to put those bass speakers with it, it would be about 2,800 RMS, 500-600 peak music power. But anyway, I have to stop myself spending there, Vernon. Trouble is, the more I get, the more I have to carry about. But I don't do big enough venues to worry, to be honest. You need to be talking into 1,000 odds people there. So it's just a waste of money, Vernon. You can't use it to any degree. I mean, mine's got quite a bit of oomph. The thing is, with that, you don't have to sort of put your foot to the floor, so you get better sound anyway. You're not thrashing everything if you do get a reasonable size or an outside event. So you've got a bit under your belt, shall we say. have you had all this wind down your way, Vernon? Have you had the high winds? Mike 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo. Andre regain me there, Vernon. Golf 0 Alpha Oscar Juliet, over.
Loud. Very, very loud there, Fred. You're 30 over a minimum, and Happy New Year to you and yours, of course. And yeah, it has. It's been very, very windy. Vicini, well, I say Vicini. Yeah, actually Vicini will be the same, so I'm going to say Vicini. Yesterday night and Vicini, we're still expecting gale or severe gale force winds blowing. It's up to 65 at the moment. Loads of trees have been uprooted. We've had flooding. We've had heavy, heavy rain, thunder and lightning, and all sorts, you know. Luckily I worked through the night this week, so I haven't really been overly worried. I haven't had to sleep in the night time, so I don't actually let it affect me. And in the daytime, I'm just pottering around. I may get an hour or two here and there, tip, but that's about it. Yeah, that equipment, yeah, it's weird, because I was looking here, this one here, it's actually everything's fitted all in all. It's, you know, the amplifier, the speakers, the tuner, everything is all in one unit. And he said €2,000 nearest offer. So yeah, that's not a bad price, you know. I think the best ones I've ever seen, and I think this is going back quite a number of years now. When O2 first started, back in the early 80s, I went to the O2 Arena, and I got a friend who works there, and he said to me, oh, do you want to come around the back and have a look at what some of the equipment is? And I just looked, and I was in absolute, well, I can only say, kid in a candy store. I just wish I had had all that, but, you know, I would never have been able to afford it, no way. And even back then, I think they must have spent probably 40, 50, 60,000 pound easy. I'm pretty sure it would have been even higher than that. That may have been 60,000 pound per unit. As you know, you can imagine when you're actually playing to, say, maybe 20+ thousand people, you really need to be heard. And if it's 1 watt per person, that's 20,000. So yeah, pretty damn good. You said something else, and I'm trying to think what it was now. No, it ain't gonna come. My brain ain't working at the moment. I've just only got in from work about a half hour ago. What was I gonna say? No. Okay. Don't try. If you gotta do it, don't do it. No, don't even go there. Right, no, can't think there, Fred. I'll have to have a think about if you're going to say a few more words, but it's certainly, you know, very bizarre at the moment, and I think this work situation is good for me because it means I'm going to be permanently employed, but at the same time, it means I'm going to be run ragged, but hey-ho, who cares? Who cares about what I'm going through? I think everybody are in there for, you know, what they want out of life, so they don't care about anybody else. Hence the reason we're in the pickle we're in. If everybody would actually think of other people, maybe life would be a little bit easier. But I think I'm asking and trying to preach to people who don't listen, so there we go. Okay, back to you then, Fred. Lovely to hear you, and yeah, you're sounding superb. Nice, big signal as always. Back up to Lincolnshire from my Yankee Sugar Bravo, and hopefully the weather's, you know, going to pick up a little.
Well, right, it
will be more sunny. Microphone back over to you.
Could you all your rain and wind and bloody thunder and lightning and Jesus Christ, the trees out of the ground? Yeah, we've had nothing like that. I've probably got 50 mile an hour, 50, 60, maybe at the most. In the night time there, Vern, it's still quite windy at the moment, but I wouldn't say it's majorly bad. I'm quite an open countryside to the west, southwesterly, but you know, I've known it a lot worse, shall we say, here, Vernon. It's about 10 miles, 15 miles of open fields across to my back where my antennas are. That's where my aerials are on my tower. We're facing into the southwest at the moment. I've actually been talking to Australia this morning, so they're beaming sort of long path there. I left them there last night and after yesterday, and left them sort of into the wind there, Vern, to the southwesterly. So yeah, that's where the strong winds have been hitting us from there, Vern. So yeah, and going back to the PA equipment, it's powerful stuff these days. You don't need the big separate amplifiers. I mean, a lot of people don't use them these days. They just use them built in. I mean, in the big events like O2 and all that, I guess they're still using outboard amps. But yeah, I'd like to see somewhere like that. They must use tens of thousands of watts, and the lighting systems now in those places are unbelievable, really. You know, modern LED, computer controlled and all this sort of thing, Vern. You know, you go see the big artists. I'd like to have a look behind the scenes. Been interested in it, like yourself, Vern. Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose it's not that dear. If I was to put those speakers with mine, I've just done some figures. I'm looking at the 1,000-watt bass bins to mine, RMS bass. It would make them 3,400 watts RMS, and that would make it 6,800 peak music power if I was to add 2,000-watt RMS bass bins to it. So I've got 1,400, I've got 2,800, 1,400 RMS at the moment, 2,800 peak power. They give all these figures. RMS is the most important one you need to look at, really. They're baffled with bullshit, to put it bluntly. They're learned to sell them. It's a bit like aerials, you know what I mean? The manufacturers give you all these figures. A lot of them's actually meaningless, really. The RMS or the sound pressure levels, another thing you need to look at. Sound pressure level in dB at 1 meter. That gives you an idea as well of what a speaker's sort of putting out. That's another figure, the quote there. But RMS is a pretty good guide. So I say if I was to add a 1,000 watt on each side of mine, it'd make it 3,400 watt RMS. So I've now currently got 1,400, so I'll be adding another 2,000 watt. But you don't need it, as I say. You've got to be able to justify the cost. You know, if you're doing 500,000-600,000 people venues, you know, you can do it, but it's just pointless. You know, you can't use it anyway. You know, you just know where it's big enough. You know what I mean? I get blooming people moaning at me now when I'm out and about. There was a guy the other week at New Year's Eve. Jesus Christ, I couldn't bloody believe it. I'd only got the bloody mixing desk slider up, well, it wouldn't be up 1/4 inch, and he come and moaned at me because it was over loud. I thought, Jesus, mate, you ain't heard nothing yet when we get them going at midnight. So, you know, music doesn't need to be mega loud, but you need to get a bit of an atmosphere, especially on New Year's Eve, you know what I mean? They all expect to have a party, you know. And, you know, sort of thing, but, alright, anyway there, Vern, great to hear you again. It's sunny here at the moment, the sun's shining at the moment, Vern. I'm suffering tremendously on 40 metres at the moment with some really bad noise in the local neighbourhood, Vern. I don't know where I'm going to go with it all. I think I'm going to have to probably just do a check here on a battery, and I'm probably going to have to see if I can get Ofcom involved in it, because it is just beyond a joke, man. With the preamp off on here, it's still 10 dB over 9. I'm having to pull the preamp off and 18 dB attenuation in to hear anybody. And without anybody's any strength, I just can't hear nobody, Vern. It's unbelievable, and it's 24/7. And my 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo, Golf 0 Alpha Oscar Julia, over.
Yeah, we got a couple of breaks for breaks here, and let's hang on a sec, please. Okay, oh well, yeah, I used to get that. Haven't had it for many, many, many years. I've been quite blessed over here. Only thing that I get, we got a factory quite nearby, and when they fire up, their little generator is so damn noisy, it just goes like a clicking sound, and it comes over in 40-some time. But it's very, very rare, you know. I've been quite blessed in that respect. And yes, people do. They'll whinge about the loudness of audio, you know. They'll say, oh, it's too loud, I don't like it. I think, well, what the bloody hell do you come then if you don't like it, you know? Music is meant to be heard, and not just sit there screeching in the background. If you can hear the crowd talking, you know you're not doing your job properly, so no. And I must admit, when I went to the O2, like I say, and when I saw what I saw, it was absolutely awesome. I think they told me, and maybe I was wrong in this, I'm sure he said between 3 and 5 kilometre of cabling for all the lighting, which I can imagine. Same again with all the LEDs and PLCs and this, that and the other. Yeah, really, really high tech now, and you know, well beyond me. I don't want to know really. All I need to know is, where does this lead go to? Does the lead go to the turntable, the mixer, or the speaker unit? And if it does that, that's all I need to be worried about. If you can hear it, that's good. If you can't hear it, then I'm not interested. Leave that for the technician to deal with. All I'm doing is mixing decks and, you know, got a little bit of vinyl on the top there, which is going scratch, 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 and doing whatever it's meant to be doing. Right, what I'm going to do, Fred, if you don't mind, there's about 3 or 4 people all out there screaming in, or trying to. I'm going to give them a chance to have a quick shout, and I'm going to press on, but lovely to hear you, and Happy New Year to you, and well, yeah, propagation have been pretty good on here, hasn't it? Although, for the last week, I don't know if you've had it, 40 have been very up and down into G. 1 minute it can be like now, absolutely the best it's ever been, but other times it's absolutely crap, absolutely rubbish, and I did notice that 10 and 12 metre was wide open yesterday, and I did actually see that the sunspots was it 193? Something really stupid. It was the highest it's ever been for the 7 or 8 years, so all looking pretty damn good. So I can only say one thing to people: if you don't wish to speak with us, you know, plenty of other people to talk to all around the bands. All the bands are wide open. So okay, back to you for a quick 73 then, Fred, and with your permission I'll see all the others off. And I think we got Gunter out there in Luxembourg, and I can also hear some other UK voices, but I couldn't hear what they were saying because you were even louder than what they are, but I could hear them in the background. It's okay, I'm trying to find your call sign. I didn't write it down. Anyway, you know who you are. I'll put it back to you, Fred. Have a good day. Best wishes to Lincolnshire. Mine for Yankee Sugar Bravo. Have a very good morning.
Yeah, right there, Vern. Probably chances are I'm not going to hear anybody unless they're really loud. Golf Zero Alpha Oscar Juliet replying because this noise is horrendous, Vern. I think it's some form of faulty power supply unit on a probably replacement laptop or charger or something like that, who knows. So yeah, I've been looking on the Ofcom website, and a friend of mine actually ended up getting them involved before Christmas, well, about a year ago, summertime I think last year, and they will still deal with it if you can point them in the right direction. I'm going to get a little medium wave radio and have a wander about. I just want to make sure it's not in my home. I'm going to put a leisure battery on the radio and disconnect the switch off the main supply because they can send you a bill for £92 odd plus that per man hour spent. There's 2 of them here. Jesus. So I don't want to put it in my own back garden sort of thing. Right, Vern, yeah, I'd really love to see behind the scenes on the O2 Arena. Yeah, I guess most of that lighting now is computer controlled through computer software. Probably nearly all does it itself. Vern, if somebody may be watching over it, but they probably just press go and it does it for a show, if you know what I mean. They'll have a show, a set plan, and programmed into it, and the artist probably brings something, or their technicians do, and give it to the people at the event there. Yeah, well, I don't like to deafen people too much, but when I'm out and about, but as you say, you need to make a bit of a vibe there. I start off usually low volume at night, you know, as people dance, you build it up a bit more. You know, and I maybe do get a bit carried away at times. But I think I did New Year's Eve anyway. Not a good sign really. My bloody ears was buzzing, and I was at the back of it, so I'm not sure what it was like in front of it, Vern. Oh dear. So I probably did get a little bit carried away later on, but they all had a good time and they were all thanking me, and they were all dancing. They danced from 10 to 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. So I must have done something right. I give them a lot of 60s music as well, and that sort of thing, Motown and all that. It was quite an older crowd, quite a lot of young ones as well, but there were 2 young lasses danced from 10 to 9 till 1 o'clock. They never sat down. So I gave them a shout out on the mic. You should have seen their faces now. Only about 20, but it made their night, I think, with the DJ talking to us. Sort of thing. It says, come on, ladies and gents, let's hear for these two young ladies on the dance floor. Life and soul of the party here this New Year's Eve, that sort of thing. And you should have seen them. It was, but it's got to make it about them. It's all about them. It's not about me. You make the audience feel important, and you're there to entertain them and have a good night. Anyway, that's what it's all about. Yeah, propagation's really good, Vern, really good. I wouldn't say it's been that good on 20 metres, though, into Australia in the morning, in my opinion. Considering where the sunspots are and the solar flux, I would have thought it'd be a lot better. I mean, I'm working them, but I'm not actually fighting them off for the stick there, Vern. But I working a few, but anyway, yeah, the solar flux was at 196, and I think sunspots was 190 odd, so it's pretty crazy at the moment. But I've not been listening on here much, Vern, to be honest, due to the noise level. Right, okay then, mate, I'm rambling on. I'll let somebody else have a go. I'm probably not going to hear them. I wish you all the best for 2023. Hopefully the NHS isn't too crazy. Seems that it's lost its way a bit there, Vern. Anyway, it's going to keep you busy for a while. Mike 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo. I don't think there's any chance of them making you redundant anyway. Golf 0 Alpha Oscar Juliet. 73, Vern.
No, I've been contracted out at least till 2027, so no, I don't think I'll be got rid of. Well, I hope not, I'll be struggling. I only know chair work, I don't know any other type of work, so it'll be difficult. And at my age, I don't think they would even train me, to be honest. But yeah, no, that would have been good. I would have loved to have seen that. I know when I go to mine, they sometimes say, wow, you made my night. And I say, well, no, not really. You did it for me. It was just glad to see somebody appreciating what I'm doing. So there we are. Okay, we catch you later. Be good. Have a good one and enjoy. And right, let me check. I'm not sure. I think I heard Gunter. So I will try first with my friend in Luxembourg, and then to anybody in England. LX2MG, but did I hear your little voice there, Gunter? Mexico 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo. Very, very good morning. No, if he was, but he's gone now. Right, anybody listening, anybody wishing to give a call, that's it, Mexico 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo. Mexico 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo, carefully listening and 40.
Mike 3 India.
Thank you, John. Good morning, John. From Oscar, Norway. 3 Juliet Charlie Alpha. Over.
Right, there's a load of you calling. There's a ON3JCA. I can hear you, Johan. Hello to you in Belgium. I can hear a Mike 3 Italy something. And I think there may even be another station. Right, let me try first with Johan out in Ostend in Belgium. Good morning, Johan. Nice to hear you. Been a while. I know the last time we spoke, you were telling me about your holiday down in the Canary Islands. So, I can't believe it. It's been 2 weeks since you've been. Time has absolutely flown by. Well, where has all the time gone, I wonder? And if it's too long, it'll be February. February, would you believe? Second month of the year. God almighty. What's happening? ON3JCA in Belgium. My 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo. Back over to you, Johan.
Yeah, roger, John. Okay. You're coming in very good, so thank you for the information there. So, yes, I was talking last time about my holiday in the Canary Islands in Tenerife. It was better than here. So today we get about a little bit of sunshine today, John. It's about 8 degrees Celsius. I was just sent a message to Tenerife Island, to the island in Tenerife. It was about 26 degrees in Tenerife this moment. So it's very hot there. Okay. But anyway, so what is my report? John? So I tried to do something on my radio here. so I changed something on my radio. So can you tell me about the radio and the audio? Over. John, back to you. Mike,
Yeah, I'm okay there, Johan. Well, you're certainly good, but I have heard you better. You're 5'9" + 20. Modulation is good, but it's a bit loud. I would say you could turn it down a fraction. No distortion. There are no distortions, so don't worry about that part of it. But it's just, I don't know. I think conditions are not as good as I thought they were. I did think it was quite good earlier, but it seems to have gone a bit flat again, so it's certainly up and down. Regarding the weather in Tenerife, yes, well, I was talking with Herman yesterday, and he was telling me that it was 29.7 degrees, so, yeah, you know, but it's very, very warm out there. They seem to be the only part of Europe where it's actually sunny. Everywhere else is cloudy and raining and overcast and cold, and some parts of Yugoslavia and Russia, they're bitterly cold. I've got a friend who's out at the moment down in the Ukraine, and it's -19. So I think we're lucky. We are very lucky here in England and Belgium. Yes, it is colder than normal, but it is still not below 0. I won't keep it if you don't mind, Johan, because there were quite a few calling. I did hear other people in England calling when you were calling. But you are good, you are making the trip, and as I say, modulation, yes, should go down a fraction. I'll put it just to see if maybe you should try to turn it down a bit, but maybe it is okay. It is perfectly readable. Ocean Norway 3, Juliet Charlie Alpha, Mexico 3 Yankee Sierra Bravo. Mike, over to you.
Yeah, Roger, John, I did change something on my radio, so I don't know if it's better or not. So I was seeing processor was beyond here, so and I think it's a lot better, a lot better there to copy the voice there. So let me know, John. So I will put on the processor. Just hold on. So processor is beyond, and now I put off. So is there any difference? Any difference between processor off or on there? Roger, back to you, John. Over.
Yes, you're definitely louder. I wouldn't say you're any clearer, but it is definitely louder. Out of the two, with the propagation like it is now, because it is turning, I think you're better with. And this is the width. I think when the condition is good, you don't really need it. So, a difficult one. It's a difficult one because your voice is so loud normally anyway. I don't think, it would make any, well, put it this way, I couldn't really notice. I could only say that when I looked at the meter, instead of giving 5'9" + 10, it was a little needle swift over the 10, so it does give a little bit more loudness, and it does actually increase the output slightly, but only slightly, so not that noticeable. You wouldn't really, if I hadn't spoke to you ever before, I would never have noticed, and I would actually understand every word you're telling me. So I'll put it back to you, and then with permission, as I say, I will carry on calling. ON3JCAM, 3YSB, Mike, over to you.
Yeah, Roger, and 3YSB, ON3CCA returning. Yeah, I know, I'm understanding you, So when the propagation is good, I don't need it. I don't need the processor. So, but when the propagation a little bit down, so I need the processor. But and now I'm working without the processor, so no on this moment. Okay, John. So I will thank you for the short contact. So I hope to get you back on the frequency some other time there, and I hope to get you back in the future in the normal life, in the live interview there somewhere. Okay, 73 there, John. Have a good one today. This is ON3CCA with Mike 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo in the UK. All the best from ON3CCA. Bye-bye.
Yeah, no worry there, Johan. I might send you a message later, and yes, you got it correct. You got it correct what you're saying. So, yes, processor, bad condition. Good condition, no processing. And yeah, you're good. You're good signal. Certainly making the trip. Okay, let me try it again. Now, the station with Mike 3 Italy, and maybe you there, Ian. Not sure. Let me try it again. Who was the Mexico 3? But there are Mike 3 out there a minute. Joe, try it again.
Yes, it's Mike 3 India Hotel Charlie. Mike 3 India Hotel Charlie with QRP. How do you copy that to you?
Yeah, station splattering, thank you. I know you can hear me. Stop doing it. I've been here for at least three-quarters of an hour. Let's try and find a clear one if you can. Okay then, Mike 3 Italy Hotel Charlie, QRP. Yes, very good. You're 5-9 to 5-9 plus 10, but there is a slight bit of distortion on the audio. My name is John is the name. I'm in the county of Devon, and I'm near Croy Bay. I don't know if I gave the name. If I didn't, my name is John, John, John is the name. M3 Italy Hotel Charlie, QRP. Wonder where you're located. Mr. Mike 3 Yankee Sierra Bravo. Mike, over to you.
Yes, all copied, John. Mike 3 Yankee Sierra Bravo, Mike 3 India Hotel Charlie returning. Thank you for the report, John, and okay on the location. I think you said Croy Bay, so I'm guessing you're Devon near Walton. Quite well. Stopped at Kitchen House many times visited the area. A very lovely part of the world, to be honest, John. Naming is Gary, Golf Alpha, Romeo Yankee Gary is the name. We're located in the town of Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury is in Shropshire, probably about 40 miles west from the city of Birmingham and on the border with Wales. So that's the location this side, John. And we are running QRP at the moment with around about 4 watts, only 4 watts. And the transceiver is a true USDX. It's a true USDX transceiver. The antenna an M-fed wire around about 66 feet long along the length of the garden. So that's the setup this side, John. Mike, back to you and see how you copy. Mike 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo from Mike 3 India Hotel Charlie.
Wow. Wow, that's unbelievably good, Gary. You're peaking at 30 over. Wow. I did see those radios. I am tempted to buy one. The only problem is, and as I said it before, the modulation on them, it does need slight improvement. You're clear, but there is a bit of woolliness. But other than that, no. 4 watt, you know, I'm running 9 watts, and I can only say, if I'm giving you 5.9 plus, that's, you know, you're doing even better still. So, no, congratulations. Shrewsbury, yes, I've been there a number of times. I work with the NHS, and last time I was out your way was probably about a year ago. We had to pick a patient up from Bridgnorth, and he had to be diverted over to Wales, and he went via Shrewsbury, so he probably went the road that you're near. So you're certainly sounding good, and propagation at the moment is reasonable. I'm not going to say it's the best I've ever heard it. Back in the early 80s, it was the real best, but for this sunspot season, we ain't doing too badly, I don't think. I'll put it back, and yes, you are correct. I'm about 200 metres from the Atlantic Ocean, and I'm looking out over to waves that are thrashing around. It's very windy. Not windy and rain at the moment, but just the wind. The rain, the thunder and lightning that we had in the night, that's disappeared, thankfully. So now it's just subsiding and going back into the distance and travelling up the Bristol Channel. Where are we? Mike 3 Italy Hotel Charlie, QRP, on his SDR USDX, running 4 watts. This is Mike 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo. 59 plug, Gary. Mike, over to you.
Yes, all copied, John. I gave you the report with the 5 and 9. Signal meter on the USDX anyhow, but you found him also very good and very clear. I was using a plug-in external microphone here.
It's better in loudness, but there is still a little bit of clipping, I seem to think. There's something there. I can't put my finger on it. Generally, the audio is 99%, but there's something there. It's so frustrating because I'm not really an audiophile. I love playing with it, but I don't understand sometimes why I hear what I hear. But I can only say it is good communication quality. Try talking a little bit further away from it if you can. See if that makes any difference. But it should well be that you're overloading it, maybe. Go a little bit further away from the speaker, if you will. I'll see if that makes any difference.
Yes, all copies on them. Probably around about 18 inches away from the microphone now on the I use this radio portable and literally roll the antenna up, take the radio and a LiPo battery installed in the top. A little bit further away from the speaker.
It's better, but you still have it there. There is still a bit of RX creeping in. Let me think. I'm trying to visualize it. Right, where the lead goes into the side of it, where the power lead is, you've got a little jack plug, haven't you? Just check that, if you will. Maybe make sure it's actually plugged in fully, because it sounds to me as if you've got a bit of RX creeping in. The only other thing, if you've done all of that and there's still nothing wrong with that, the only other way of getting rid of it will be to get some of these clip-on ferrite rings, and I would actually put a clip-on ferrite ring actually on the external mic if you're using an external mic, and actually if you're using the internal one built into it, the speaker as I call it, you might need to put that little ferrite ring or the ferrite clip actually onto the bit where the aerial goes in the back of it. If I'm right in thinking, same again, I think it's a BNC connection, maybe. If it's actually a homemade BNC adapter to SO259, there is a bit of RX creeping in on the cable there. Go ahead.
Yes, all copied, John. I'll have a look at that a little bit later on. I think if I go through my junk drawer, I'm sure I've got some ferrites somewhere I can have a look at and stick some of them on there. I don't use it that often for SSD work, if I'm honest, even for voice work, even when I'm out and about portable. I use it I do a lot of FT8 with it, so it seems quite well, it works quite well for FT8. So I have hooked up to a small tablet PC, and again, that's entirely portable as well. Tablet's got its own onboard battery, and again, I think I'd just sit in the park and work FT8 if I wish. But I do use it mainly for FT8, probably here in the office, in the I work from home, so it's on normally in the office on 48 with domestic. So yeah, I'll have a look for some ferrites, dig them out and stick them on and see if that's just had a short break, and I've got to get back to work now, John, so I'll keep it short. I'm sure there's probably other people wanting to have a chat with you anyhow. It's nice to meet you. I think it's for the first time. I'm still a little bit old-fashioned. I do upload to Logbook of the World and a bit on EQSL, but predominantly my logging is paper log, so I'm pretty sure it's our first QSL anyhow, John. Enjoy the rest of your day down there in Devon, and I hope it's any of it is send me fees, and we'll see you later. Mike 3 Yankee Sierra Bravo. This is Mike 3 India Hotel Charlie. Back to you for the final, John.
Yes, DJ was calling in the middle of the contact. I did hear you. Please stand by. Thank you. Okay then, Gary. Well, I don't know. There is still something there, whatever it is. It should even be maybe a voltage problem. I don't know. But all I do know is I can hear something. But it's not that bad. You know, I would say everybody else are probably going to turn around and say, we can't hear it. Or if we can hear it, it is very, 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 very minimal. And it is. You're 99% there. It's just a gnat's whisker, you know. I'm being probably hypercritical. The only reason I do it, and I am hypercritical, is because I'm a perfectionist. I'm sure everybody else are deep down, and they do want to strive for perfection. So, you know, I'm only saying it to, you know, just give you the head up, just in case somebody comes on later in the week and says, oh, that's bloody awful, or something's not right there. You know, you would have thought, well, why didn't anyone tell me? And I think you would rather know than not know. But yes, nice to hear you. Nice to hear you for the first time. Although I think I have heard you around. So, you know, when you're out there portable, wherever you are, certainly give me a call. I do like working people all around the country. And this particular microphone is a homebrew mic. So, you know, like you with your radio there, if there is anything wrong with it, I always like to be told, and then I can actually rectify the problem before it's too long. But you know how it is, of course. Regarding the weather, well, as I said earlier to everybody, very windy over here. We've had uprooted trees, we've had flooding, we've had thunder and lightning, we've had all sorts of weird weather in the last 48 hours, and it's just decided now, and I'm looking outside. It's still grey out there, but at least it's dry, it's not raining, and I think hopefully it'll be nice when I go to work this evening, but until then we will have to wait and see. So Gary, been a pleasure. We do it again, and as I say before, hopefully my audio is good as well. Mike 3 Italy Charlie Hotel QRP, Mike 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo, wishing you well in Shrewsbury and Shropshire. Take care, bye-bye, touch you soon, have a good morning, thank you. Did you do anything? Because I think you cleared. Give me a bit more, just take your fire again a minute, I think you cleared it.
No, I plugged the external microphone back in, John, so I'm not sure if that's any different, but it's just back on the external mic now.
Wow, it has. I think there is. There's something then, therefore, with that plug maybe. When it's pushed in correctly, it's fine. When it's not, maybe it's just there's a slight bit of RF getting in. Maybe it's the bits of metal touching together, or something. Like you say, something. I'm not technically minded enough to be able to explain, but no, that's sounding beautiful now. But you're back to 100%, not 99%. Catch you later, Gary. Take care. Have a good morning.
John, many thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Who was the station calling me? Try it again.
Mike 6 Bravo Alpha Quebec. Mike 6
Oh, Brian. M6BHQ over in Dover. Hello, Brian. How you doing? Are you okay this morning? Oh, that's not good. No, I'm not going to say that, really. No, it's condition, Brian. Condition have been very, very weird at the moment. I seem to do very well into the northeast and the north of England, but where you are, for some reason, I just seem to be not getting there. I think it's because I've reorientated the aerial. Maybe I should have left well alone, but no, you're 59, back over to you in Dover and Kent.
only run QRP. Yeah, I'm just on my homebrew 4 metre. Designed home built 4 metre vertical at the moment with 3 10 metre radials. Lately, the VFO's been wandering. I took the lid off the VFO and the tuning capacitor was all dusty, covered in dust, so I had to blow it all out. And now it's stopped wandering, so it's back to normal. It's back to normal, John. The weather here at the moment, blue sky water wall. I think there's just a touch of spring in the air. Just a touch of spring, over.
About time. We need it, don't we? It's just so horribly bitterly cold and not nice. Everybody kept saying to me at work yesterday, they kept saying, oh, why is it not bloody sunny? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And I said, well, sorry, you know, but weather's horrible. You have to stay indoors. We can't let you out. And they're saying, oh, well, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? But today when I go in tonight, they'll all be telling me all about what they've been doing. I think some of them are meant to be going out for a day trip down to the other side in Bedford, so that'll be good. They're not getting a day out, so at least they're going to get a bit of fresh air. Right, I'm going to let you go, Brian. I'm looking at the time. I haven't had any breakfast, nothing to eat, nothing to drink, and I got in from work at 9 o'clock this morning, so I think I'm going to disappear, have something to do, and then I will come back in half an hour. Beautiful signal as ever, and let's just hope conditions hold out between us. And if you're on later today, and you do hear me, if you wish to give a call, feel free to do so. I will talk with anybody, so have a good one. M3BAQ, Bravo Alpha Quebec. 9 for Yankee Sugar Bravo, back over for your final for now.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much. Can you give me an accurate frequency readout? I've got, my rig is of course an old analog rig. Can you give me an accurate frequency? 7.146. Frequency readout, please.
I can do, hang on, let me put my clarifier on. Oh, that's good. Well, my rig is the same as yours, hopefully. I am exact now. So it is a 7.147,500. 147,500, 147.50, and yeah, that should be exact. And I've got my clarifier at 000, RIT at 000, and my TXDO is at 0000. So everything is spot frequency. So yeah, 147.50. Right, back to you then, Brian, and I'm going to go for a quick bowl of cereal, and I'll be back in half an hour. Mike 3 Bravo Alpha Quebec, Mike 3 Yankee Sugar Bravo, back to the southeast coast of England. Catch you later, Brian, you're sounding good. Yeah, no worries there, Brian. No worries. Well, I'm quite blessed over here. No QRM at the moment, although it may start up any minute now. Catch you later. Cheerio. Have a good morning. M3BAQ, M3 be clear with you. Anybody else, if there is anybody about to give me a call, don't do it. There's no answering. I will be coming back in half an hour anyway. So, 73s everybody. Thank you for joining. M3